Well, this is quite a special occasion because Canon Christopher Andrews, who is the rector of St Wulfram's, has agreed to have an interview, and we are in the crypt of St Wulfram's, and which is I've never been in before, and he's going to explain something about the St Wulfram's Save Our Spire appeal. So, Christopher, I'd be really grateful if you could tell us something about it, please.
Certainly. It's incredible to think that it's only a year ago that we really understood the scale of what we were going to have to do financially to find probably around £600,000 for the repairs. And it's been the most amazing year. As you can imagine, we knew straight away that we wouldn't be able to find all that money in Grantham with the best will in the world. And we were fairly sure at that point that about half of it would come from the Heritage Lottery Fund, and in fact that has been the case. That was confirmed in December. So that takes us halfway to our goal, but it still leaves us £300,000 to find, and that's an awful lot, even when you think of a town the size of Grantham.
Yes.
So we were fairly clear that we would have to go out to the town and wider, but the town initially, because the church is such a wonderful symbol for the town. Its spire has stood lovingly looking over the town for all these years, 600 years, and we were hoping that there would be people beyond the immediate church community who would feel, yes, this is something we'd like to support. And that's what's happened in these last 6 months. It's been simply wonderful. Mm-hmm. Not just people's response to our own fundraising, but people out in the community taking their own initiatives, quite independently of us, not through anything I've done. So I had Mr. Hopkins ringing up before Christmas saying, I will organise a big sponsored cycle ride. I love he's a local businessman. In 2 weeks' time, there will be 200 riders going out on this sponsored cycle ride to raise heaven knows how much money. It'll be wonderful.
That's wonderful.
And that is, it's so encouraging when you know that you've got a bigger community of people out there who are willing to put in the time and the energy and help this thing forward, because we've got a very short deadline. We've got to raise this other £300,000 between now and effectively this time next year, because English Heritage want the work done in 2014. But with support like that, and me out in the marketplace 2 weeks ago with my bucket and a stall, and we raised £800 in one day, just people coming up and saying, yep, let me pop £1 in.
That's very good.
So it's really encouraging. So I'm sure we'll get there. It will be hard work, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Well, that's marvellous. Well, thank you very much. Do you think, when this deadline's been put on for 2014, which is next year, do you think that if you haven't raised the money, do you think that the National Heritage...
We understand that there is flexibility because their deadlines are always fairly short. It's always a couple of years because they like the money to be spent and the work to be done. And that will always leave the home team with a big fundraising task. So I imagine there's a little flexibility. If we haven't quite got there, they're not going to say, no, we'll have to delay it, because they do like to get on and get the money used.
I believe, because I come into Grantham a lot, and when I see the scaffolding on, I'm hoping that is something that will make people stop and think, oh my goodness, yes. And be involved.
Yes.
If there was nothing on the spire, they might forget.
They might say, looks perfectly all right, which it does from the ground. Yes, that's an extremely important point. It's a very good reminder. Now there will be an even more dramatic one in 2014 when they deconstruct the top 40 feet of the spire, which is the bit that's got to be repaired. And that will be a big reminder to people, my goodness, this is for real. Yes. And we definitely don't want our spire to lose its top permanently. No. So I hope there will be a second wave of enthusiasm and support to say, come on, let's get this final lot of money and get that spire rebuilt.
Yes. Well, I think that's very helpful and it's very interesting, and we just have to hope and pray that it progresses to its goal, and that we do this. I speak like I did for the others, that this is very much part of our responsibility, not just for people in Grantham, but the villages, because we are all linked to Grantham. And as Christopher has said, the spire is monumental, and it has been for so many centuries, that let's hope that this programme will help people and remind people, and just remember it's your responsibility. Thank you very much.
We shall be very grateful if it does. Thank you for your trouble.
Thank you.
The Gravity FM Roadshow is available for you to hire for your disco. From weddings to birthdays, school discos to anniversaries, we're able to cater for every music taste. To book the Gravity FM Roadshow at very competitive rates, call us now on Grantham 573 300 or email admin@gravityfm.net. The Gravity FM Roadshow, providing for your music needs.